Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Andrew Gregg. I am the Southwestern Manitoba rep for BASF, and I'm here today in front of all you fantastic farmers to talk about our product, Carumba fungicide. So a little introduction into Carumba, kind of what it is, what it does, and all that in between. Carumba is a Group 3 fungicide. The active ingredient in all Group 3 fungicides is metconazole. Group 3s aren't exactly super common fungicide, however they are around. So possibly a good choice if you're ever worried about disease resistance, or if you just want to try a different product maybe. Yeah, so like I said, not super common, but the ones that are out there, they work and they work just fine. So nothing bad to say there. Carumba is approved for use on all cereal crops, all your big ones, wheat, barley, rye, oats, as well with triticale, and it can be used on corn as well. Kind of all your major monocot type plants. So that's just sort of a little introduction there into the product. So now getting into the meat and potatoes of my presentation, I'm going to talk about some features and benefits of Carumba fungicide. Carumba offers superb protection against all major leaf and stem diseases. Your big ones like the stem rust, leaf rust, as well with your blotches on those same parts, can be big time killers on the wrong year, wrong conditions in the prairies here. So takes care of those, absolutely no problem. And along with also fusarium head blight suppression. If you have a big problem, it can't control it, but with a good timely application, it can certainly suppress it and save you a lot of dollars and a big time headache. Carumba is also a systemic action fungicide. So as all you know, systemic action is when it gets into the plant. A lot better than a foliar type fungicide. Sometimes with a foliar, if on the wrong day, or you know how it can be in the prairies, it's calm in the afternoons, you think, well, go spray. You get out there, you spray, all's fine, and the wind picks up, or you get a thundercloud comes over. Something like that with a foliar application, you can get possibly the plants whipping around, you know, in a strong wind that could knock a lot of the product off, or you get even an animal running through the field could do the same. And of course with a rain, it's not going to be, some products can be fairly rain fast protective, but if you get the wrong conditions, you could end up with rain troubles knocking off that fungicide. But with Carumba being systemic, it soaks into the plant tissue, and once it's in there, it'll make its rounds, kill any sort of disease it can, and it'll just be superior protection at the end of the day. So also looking at Carumba, it offers reduced DON contamination compared to other products. So as I'm sure you guys know, DON is disease spores that are found in the grain sample after it's been harvested. So obviously something you want to try to get away from, especially if you're worried about keeping it for seed or anything like that. Or sometimes if it gets really bad, it could be the difference between making a certain type of grade at your elevator. So yeah, just reduces DON contamination there, and yeah, really, why wouldn't you want that? So now looking at comparisons and some charts, more or less referencing back to what we were just looking at. So over here we can see this is done in wheat fields and wheat plots. So you can see the difference in yield here. This was unsprayed wheat, yielded 57 bushels the acre, pretty good. But a competing fungicide here, when the field was treated, yielded 66.7 bushels an acre, definitely a drastic improvement. Now with Carumba fungicide, that same field treated with our fungicide yielded 67.5 bushels the acre. So pretty well a full bushel more than the competitor. So of course, extra dollars, why wouldn't you want that? And then kind of what I was talking about just a minute ago, the DON contamination. Untreated, of course, you end up with a fair bit of that disease going into your sample, which isn't good. 4.5 parts per million in that sample. Prosaro, which is a competing fungicide, 3.3 parts per million, and Carumba, along with some other products, they're worth their salt, they're good. Carumba, it was able to get it down to about the lowest on the market, parts per million, with 2.9. And then this last chart just kind of shows some fusarium head blight. This was untreated field that got some solid fusarium damage on it. You can see how bleached, those kernels are, and those heads definitely lost some yields, they're kind of shrunk up. Versus this Carumba treated one that had really no damage on it. Kernels and heads stayed nice and fat and plump. Definitely going to be a better sample at the end of the day and put more dollars in your pocket. So that's kind of concludes my presentation. I would really like to thank you all for your time and attention here. If you're interested or have any questions about Carumba fungicide for your farm, please come speak with me afterwards. I'd be happy to offer you as much information as I can offer, as well with any sales material, anything like that, and I'll probably chat your off for an hour or more if you want. And here's my contact information down at the bottom there. Feel free to write that down or come speak to me afterwards. I'll give you a business card or whatever you want. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you guys very much and have a good rest of your day.